Yesterday was Pokemon Day, and we finally got new information about Pokemon Legends ZA after a year of radio silence. This isn't my usual kind of video, but I'm just so excited for the news that we got that I have to talk about it. So today I want to shiny hunt some of the event outbreaks that they announced yesterday and talk about the trailers. So let's get into it. Okay, before I start yapping, I gotta find an outbreak. We got Porygon, Scyther, and Lapras. Not bad. Is that Lapras on land? I think that Lapras outbreak is on land, and that would be funny. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, I'm doing this outbreak. It's funny. Okay, so first of all, Totodile gang, we won. Wait. Instant shiny Lapras. Sick. But yeah, Totodile gang, we're winning. We got what we needed. Chikorita gang, I'm happy for you and all, but Totodile's my boy. I actually just got a shiny Totodile like 2 days ago doing Heart Gold Soul Silver soft resets. So this is awesome for me. One thing I will say about Chikorita that I don't feel like I see enough people talking about is that when they showed it in battle in the trailer, it had Disarming Voice, which is a move that it previously did not get. A fairy type move that it previously did not get. So maybe I'm huffing a heavy copium, but how cool would a fairy type regional Meganium be? I personally would assume that Totodile would get like secondary Dark or Dragon. And as for Tepig, I really don't have many ideas for what its secondary regional typing would be. Easy Lapras. I say easy, but I had to run from it like 5 times because it used Perish Song. I'm also like a big fan of the art style that they showed us for this. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of like Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus's like realistic textures and stuff. Realistic, yeah, heavy quotation marks on realistic. But I much prefer that like bolder, more colorful look that like Sword and Shield had. I just don't like when everything looks all dark and muddy. Like, this is kind of gross. I don't like looking at this. Oh, another shiny Lapras. I like looking at that. Hello, Lapras. Sir, you can't park here. But I hope the character customization is good like it was in X and Y. Because as much as I do like the look of the new Pro Tags, their outfits are kind of ass. I did see the clothing shops though, so I do know that we can customize our characters. I'd just love to know the extent of how much. Because this whole, this whole uniform thing that we had going in Scarlet and Violet isn't the best. Everyone's too busy talking about the starters, but no one's talking about the fact that we got Trubbish confirmed. Let's go. I love the little trash baby. Give me Mega Garbodor, dude, please. You know who else was in the trailer that I want to get a Mega? It's almost as high on my list as Flygon is, but Chandelure. There was a Chandelure in the trailer, and that's got me coping pretty hard. I love Chandelure, dude. Okay, as funny as this spot is, I want a Porygon too. Not a Porygon 2, like a Porygon, comma, also. I guess that's not grammatically correct either, but like, shut up. I'm somewhat concerned about how few Pokemon appear to be spawning at any given time in the wild zones. But what I'm thinking is, since it's like a city in development type deal, maybe as you like progress the story, they like expand, you know? Like they would operate kind of similar to the terrarium, where as you upgrade things, you get more variety of spawns. Wait, I didn't even have a... I was just looking at that Matang. Okay. Hi, Porygon. But yeah, another concern with those wild zones is like the low density of Pokemon. Doesn't look like it's gonna lend itself well to shiny hunting, so we'll have to see about how that looks in the final product. I'm a big fan of the combat system that they showed. That looks really interesting. Like, being able to dodge attacks is really cool, and I saw that there's like a timer on the Mega Evolution, as well as cooldowns on the attacks. So things are going to be working a little bit differently, and I think that that's really interesting, because a lot of people have complained about Pokemon games being boring. So maybe they'll be less boring now. Or, you know, maybe the same people will complain about things, because that's just what they like to do. Hello, Porygon. Wait. Really? I walked out of the cave once after the last one and walked back in and found another shiny Porygon before I could even start talking. I do not have I don't have a sandwich going for this. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on to Scyther, I guess. And by the way, speaking of battling, that Pokemon Champions, the battle sim thing, looks awesome. I am so excited for that. I started getting into a little bit of VGC stuff last year, so that's kind of hype. There was also that Lumiose map that wasn't in the trailer that they put out afterwards, which in it you could actually see the new Hex Maniac design, which is extremely Leave me alone. Holy fuck, dude. I'm getting bullied by this Scyther. Get out of here, man. But a Hex Maniac and Lumiose is especially hype, because maybe we'll get answers to the Ghost Girl mystery at long last. And while we're doing mysteries, one of those buildings that they showed in the trailer is 100% Looker's office. So, you know, give me Looker, give me Annabelle. Looker's definitely due to come back, though. The trainers and characters in Pokemon are, like, my favorite part. And he's a pretty cool, underexplored fella. Speaking of characters, we got some new ones in the trailer. I'm a big fan of how the rivals look. I really love their hair. I saw all the things saying that they're like literally just the player character but with pink hair, which it's kind of cool. I don't know. Some people are calling it lazy. I kind of don't care. I think that's a very small thing to be upset about. Jet looks awesome. Gilfs are back for a limited time. Let's go. Her assistant is either going to be the chillest guy ever or completely fucking evil. Considering he looks like Lysander, probably the second one. I'm still thinking about the Hex Maniac, dude. I love Hex Maniacs. Such a goated trainer class. This Scyther spot kind of sucks a little. I guess Scyther reminding me of Cleavor is a good time to talk about regional forms. People seem to be pretty split on whether they want the starters that we saw to get megas of their final evolutions or regional forms of their final evolutions. I am of the camp that wants regional forms for the final evolutions. Just because the megas are inevitably going to go away again, and you know what, that's something I'd love to be wrong about, but they just kind of are. I just don't see a world where they stay around indefinitely this time. But personally, I'd prefer a regional form because that means that, like, it'll be available, like, forever. I do, however, hope that we get access to the original Kalos starters at some point in the game, kind of like how they gave us the Kanto starters in X and Y, and that those finally get their evolutions. Because I'm all here for Mega Delphox. It was kind of weird that they didn't have Megas in the games they came out in anyway. So I could see now being the time where they finally introduce those. Where it's like, since this is set in the future, it's like, oh, through living together as people in Pokemon, we've unlocked a new, deeper bond, or whatever. Fucking who cares? You know what I mean, though. Yo, actually, how sick would it be if we got Mega Cleavor? I mean, if Scyther can do it, why can't his grandpa, you know? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, though, because they just didn't show us any new Mega Evolutions. I will say, though, I didn't really expect to see new Mega Evolutions, and I'm not all that disappointed that we didn't. It's still really early, like, this is like the first actual gameplay that we've seen. I feel like it'd be a little bit early to drop new Megas on us. It would have been nice to have seen some maybe teased, to give us something to speculate about, but I'm okay with not having seen any yet. There's no doubt in my mind that there will be new megas. We're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see them. Oh, there was also that little tease at the end, which didn't really give us much information, but it said like promotion, rank up, match. I'll throw it on the screen, but it reminds me of those like trainer battles towards the end of Pokemon Journeys, where it was like stuff like Ash versus Lance and stuff. So I'm hoping that there's like a cool in-game like tournament series. Like I'm really heavy copium consumption warning, but I'm hoping that we get another PWT. It would be very cool if they were holding like a Pokemon World tournament in Prism Tower. That would be so incredibly cool. And considering it looks like it takes place, I'd say 5 to 10 years after XY, like minimum, that would mean that like anything's fair game. Like the events of all of the main series games have already happened at this point. So that opens all kinds of doors to see all types of trainers from different stuff. You're shiny. There's shiny Scyther. With mere seconds left on the sandwich, may I add. Nice, dude. Well, I think I've talked about plenty. I'm gonna go do the Meowscarada 7-star raid, so I could finally get it in something other than a regular Pokeball. As for my closing thoughts on the trailers, I'm really excited. I totally understand people's skepticism with the Pokemon Company given their recent history, but I don't know that it's warranted here. If you look back at the shape that Legends Arceus was in the first time we saw gameplay of it, this trailer looks amazing in comparison. And while that is a low bar, I think we can at least take this as a sign of progress. Of course, almost nothing we saw is final, so it remains to be seen if that optimism is misplaced, but for now, I'm choosing to have hope in this game. I'm really looking forward to playing it and seeing what shiny hunting looks like in it. So thanks for listening to me yap about my thoughts here. As much fun as I've managed to have in Gen 9, I'm really looking forward to moving on to the next thing, and I have a lot of ideas for videos to make in Legends ZA already. But since that's not until late 2025, all that's left for now is to show you my cool new video outro. So until next time, I've been Haunted, and I'll be seeing ya. Later!